Actually, Pet Shop Boys are this afternoon in the studio. In Radio PSP. Thanks Neil, thanks Chris. We know that Where the Streets Have No Name is a U2 single. But, we don't know what was it that the U2 lead singer, Bono, said when he heard your version.
He said, what have we done to deserve this?
So he's not without humour, is he?
He's not. I don't think he's ever been entirely happy about this, I have to be honest, and we saw him quite recently. Well, this again was Chris's idea, another cover version, Chris's idea.
Well, this is irony.
This is definitely us being ironic.
This is us being ironic. This is making the point, or commenting on the fact that context is everything in rock or pop. You can take the same song and present it differently, and it would be judged differently. So, if we'd written this song, I think it would be regarded very differently from U2 having written in the way they present a song.
When we did this, which is about 1990 or something, U2 were very much had a sort of sacrosanct image about them. And Chris came in the studio one day and said, "You know that U2 record, Streets Have No Name? It sounds like da 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 da." He said, "You could just imagine it going from one into the other." And I said, "Could you?" He said, "You sang it." I said, "Oh yeah." And at one time, when we'd recorded with Patsy Kensit, I'm Not Scared with Eighth Wonder, we had this idea of doing an EP called Rock Classics, which we were going to do with Patsy Kensit singing. So it was going to be us producing all these stomping high-energy tracks. And it was going to be Like a Rolling Stone, Where the Streets Have No Name, Pretty Vacant, and I can't
Stairway to Heaven.
Stairway to Heaven.
We're climbing.
We're climbing. A stairway to heaven.
It'd been great, actually. Why don't we still do it?
And it would have taken the mickey out of all these famous rock songs. It was rather a cynical idea, and we never did it, although it's always been a very popular idea when we mention it to people. And so this was... And we didn't end up... Actually, we got annoyed with Patsy Kenset's record companies. We didn't make another record with her, unfortunately. And so we decided we would do this record ourselves. It's great when you do it in concert. We did it in concert just the other day in Istanbul, that when you go into the da-da-da-da, it's a great lift. And it goes seamlessly back into the U2 song. In fact, when I heard the U2 song version, I would rather miss it. It was quite difficult to do, wasn't it?
It took ages. And the chords, of course, in Can't Take My Eyes Off You are really difficult chords.
Yeah, it's an amazing chord at the end of it. It's been the subject also of a legal dispute ever since we did it, because, in fact, U2... to their credit, were always really, really helpful and nice about this, because, of course, you've got two songs as a medley. Can't Take My Eyes Off You is written by three different songwriters who've got three different publishers and three different lawyers. And one of those lawyers didn't like the fact that this was done. And EMI Music Publishing hadn't cleared it or something. I don't know what it was. But anyway, there's a to this day, there's a file that just goes on getting bigger and bigger about the royalty split. And I think all the royalties are still in what they call escrow. And so this album will just increase that bank account, and it carries on relentlessly.
Okay, now we going to listen the hit Where the Streets Have No Name in its Cubism version.
Thank you.